Hey guys, it's Kelsey. I'm back with another scrapbooking process video, and this is the companion layout to the last page I did documenting our girls' night sleepover. So this is the next morning. I really wanted to document to the next day. So that top photo is the gorgeous breakfast that my sister made for everybody. I believe she said it was eggs Benedict over ricotta, arugula, and sauteed mushrooms, and she made a sauce for the top. Anyways, it was like the best breakfast I've ever had in my life. And we just sat in my mom's sunroom that kind of overlooked her lake in the backyard, and I just felt like I was at a little resort. It was so nice. So I had to document the food because my sister did such a good job. And then I have a photo of my mom and Bennett. We all played or practiced t-ball for a little bit. I guess not t-ball because we didn't have the tee, but we were just practicing pitching and hitting because Bennett is in t-ball, and we figured he really wanted to go outside, and this is a good activity that we could kind of do safely in the big front yard. That would also help him practice. So I have a photo of him pitching to my mom, and my mom just kind of bunted the ball, which you can see in the picture. And then after that, we went to the neighborhood pool. And so the bottom photo is just Bennett riding on my back because he's kind of scared if he can't touch Bennett's neighborhood pool where my sister lives. Kind of is one of those 0 grade pools that starts at nothing and it slants down into the deep end, so he can really kind of walk to where he's comfortable. My mom's pool starts at 3.5 feet and then goes to 5 feet, so he couldn't stand even in the shallow. So even though he had a floaty vest and floaty arm sleeves, he really just wanted to ride around on my back so he could feel safe, which was a lot of fun. I didn't mind. So I just wanted to document the next day because it was so much fun. We just did all of these different activities and Bennett had a blast, so that was really nice. I'm using this scrap of the aqua on the left, and then I'm using the pink solid scallop for the rest of the 12 by 12, but I'm using a big chunk of that wave pattern paper, and obviously my 3 photos take up a lot of room, so I gutted a huge portion of the pink, and now I'm backing this on the black cardstock so that I can start piecing everything together. But I love how this created the 12 by 12. I was really surprised at this point that I hadn't used the solids yet, because usually I dive into the solids pretty quickly when I have Felicity Jane, and then I'm wishing I had more solid towards the end of the month. But this month I used a lot of the pattern papers and still had the solids towards the end. So really trying to use them as background here, and then using the scraps of pattern to create that interest. I'm creating this 3 photo kind of photo strip, and I made that kind of wave scrap. I cut it into 2 pieces so it looks like a big square scrap behind the photos. And now I want to create my kind of go-to design for this type of thing, where I have a large cluster in one corner, kind of where there's more room on the page, and then an accessory cluster in the opposite corner. I was thinking about using another like yellow for this because the last page was aqua and pink as well with pops of yellow. But I didn't have a whole lot of yellow left, and I had a ton of orange left, so I decided to use orange as my pop on this page instead of yellow, which I think works out because the lighter shades of orange really look like the brick house that's in the background of that middle photo, and also Bennett's swim trunks are orange. So I think the orange worked out okay, even though it wasn't a color I was planning on pulling in. But as I was looking through my orange ephemera, I really wanted to use this plant, this potted plant that has green. So I was like, okay, now I have to also pull in a little pop of green somewhere else, so that makes sense. So I kind of worked myself into a corner by adding more colors than I had intended, but I'm hoping just the little pops of the extra green won't be too distracting. I'm pulling in one of the chipboard frames from the Molly collection because it's got that light pink background, but it has an orange grid on it, which matched the orange really well. And then I really wanted to use the tag from the Emily die cuts that I'm using this month that is also that same shade of pink and orange. So I'm just trying to create my little clusters by using both of those like coordinating pieces. But before I started gluing down ephemera, I had to do my splash element for this month, which I just again splattered the Heidi Swap teal color shine because that's the color I used on the companion page. So I love that. I'm thinking I'm going to have this little tag cluster in the lower left and then this bigger frame cluster in the upper right. I don't really need to do journaling, but I really wanted to back this frame with a journaling card so you didn't see all the distracting layers behind it. I really wanted to use a glassine bag for that, but you could still kind of see the glassine bag through and see all the layers behind it, which was distracting. So I am going to use it as a layer, which will help coordinate with the companion page that also has a glassine bag. But I decided to back the frame in one of the pocket cards, which I'm glad I did because I still have 3 or 4 of those journaling cards and we're getting towards the end of the month, so I really wanted to get them used. I pulled in the pink one and that's the one I end up backing the frame with, but it's not until after I cut the excess off that I realized I had an orange journaling card that I probably would have preferred to use instead since I am pulling in the pops of orange, but I will end up layering the orange card behind the frame to get an extra pop of orange, which I guess in the end it's okay. I didn't back the frame in orange because I'm going to use a Freckled Fawn orange chipboard piece to layer over it, and maybe there's better contrast with the frame being backed in pink anyways. But you can kind of see what I mean. I am pulling in one of the Aspen light pink fringe pieces, so that's going to be in both clusters. You kind of saw I already trimmed off an excess piece to go in my tag cluster on the bottom. So I have the larger section on the top here. I was really trying to find a way to use the excess piece of the pink journaling card, so I was trying to figure out how to layer it behind the glassine bag. But it just wasn't working. I tried a couple times to position it in a way that I liked, and it's not gonna work. But I do like how this looks. I think this is a nice base for my cluster. I don't have a whole lot of, I have a decent amount of ephemera left, but not really things in this color scheme that I was wanting to use. Here's the orange My Story piece from Freckled Fawn. There's 2 dark orange die cuts in the Emily pack, this little 6 ticket and this little heart, and I thought maybe I could get away with it because I'm using orange on this layout, but it reads way more red because it's so much darker, and since I already knew I was gonna have to pull in green, I didn't want to also add the dark orange. So I backed out of that, and I think that was a good decision. But here's the orange pocket card. I am just saving a piece of that in case I need a pop of that color on another page. I don't think I will, but just in case, I wanted to save a bit of the orange. And then here's where I'm layering the orange behind the frame, which I think that cluster really needed. It needed some more orange to kind of hold up to the other cluster that I had going on. I really like the little tag cluster. I did pop the potted plant up on some foam so that has some dimension, and then layered it on that little orange tab that pointed towards the pool, which I thought was nice. So I think balancing out with the extra orange up there helped. So I'm trying to make sure it's all lined up how I want, and then I'll glue it down, and then I just get to do a little bit of extra embellishment. I kind of got all the die cuts I wanted used up. I'm glad I got a Freckled Fawn chipboard piece on here. Now I just need to kind of round it out. I definitely know I want to try to pull in some green Emily stickers just so the green plant die cut, that green kind of doesn't look lonely. I think it's fine. This page has green on it because that middle photo we're in the front yard with all the grass and stuff. So I just wanted to incorporate a little bit more of it in the clusters so that it looked more balanced. So got the bases of both my clusters down. I am going to put a little bit of foam on this My Story chipboard so that it lays flat across the chipboard frame. So I'm just trying to get that situated, and then I'll go in with the word stickers. I'm pretty sure the embellishment, like I do these big kind of bases for my clusters, but I don't really have to add too much after that. I kind of feel like in the end this page was more basic, but I think since it's the companion page for the next one or the other one that I did, I think that's okay, especially because this is the photo heavy layout. So I kind of don't make it too complicated. I just want to kind of round out what I already am working with. I really thought about using this other pink banner and maybe trying to get some puffy hearts on here, but again, the orange that's on the puffy part sheet is just that darker orange that reads more red, so I wanted to hold off on using those. But here's the sticker sheet. I really wanted to get some more of the green on here, so in the frame, since I know I don't need to do journaling, I just picked 2 stickers. One says big day, one says worth it, because I was tired when I got home from this weekend, but it was so worth it because we had so much fun. So I added those 2 stickers up there, and then I just want to add one small one down here by the tag, just so the plant has a green friend. So I just added that little heart sticker. And then I wanted one little pop of aqua within that frame, so I pulled in this aqua chipboard heart from the Aspen collection, because I have the aqua in the paper, but the aqua is not in either of the clusters, and there was just a little bit of extra room on that chipboard frame embellishment cluster. So I think adding this little aqua heart was kind of the perfect thing to round it out. So here are the close-ups. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.